Obviously, grass courts through the years just been tough for you. I mean, what do you think you can do maybe in upcoming years to try and erase some of the tough memories?
It's a tough. I mean, obviously it's the least favorite surface of mine, and but Mirjana also, I don't think she likes that much grass. So that's why it's a tough loss today. It's just tough. I mean, I would have to change a lot in my game to be a better grass court player, and I don't know if I want to do that at this point.
After all the problems that you've had off court, which are well documented in Australia this year, you really, I think, for everybody, seem to be enjoying your tennis once more, which is great to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as I said earlier today after the match, I don't remember ever enjoying myself as I did today. It was so hard, but, you know, I loved it. I was enjoying every moment of it, and it was really amazing. And as I said, I don't know, it's been a long time since I felt like I really enjoy the hard work and the game out there, and now I definitely do.
Yes, a couple of years ago, she was such an outstanding talent, everyone tipping her from the top, and then it all went a bit wrong.
Well, and one of the main reasons really, was an abusive father, and now they are estranged, and basically the father's been ordered away, and that's been some time now. A few months have passed, and she's been able to settle back down, and you can see what kind of a talent she is. But you're right, she was bunched in with the Williams, Hingis, and Kornikova as one of the top 5 teams, and now you can see from what you saw out there today that with reason.
I said the awesome power going into it, which was incredible, but also the way in which she composed herself at the end. No sign of nerves, kept hitting.
You notice the 3-2 point in that tiebreak was just one of the great points we've seen in the first week, and when Lucic got up 4-2 in the tiebreak, that really gave her the big edge. And then the drop shot, the second to last point. I mean, how do you play a drop shot off that kind of power that's coming back and forth? It was an amazing display of pressure tennis in a center court situation where Lucic is not very familiar.
She's a great name to look out for, but I know we both felt sorry for Monica Seles.
Oh, Monica is she's one of these athletes that every time she loses, I just feel badly. I just still think back to when she was cheated a number of years ago, and she's very gracious, very much the senior ambassador really for women's tennis, and I have so much respect for her.
Where does she go from here?
Well, she regroups about as well as anybody, and she'll look forward to the hard court season. She's playing doubles with Mary Jo Fernandez here, and they're very close friends, Fed Cup teammates. But she'll look forward to the hard court season, and you cannot count her out at the U.S. Open. That is her favorite surface. Okay.
Well, now let's round up the other main stories from today's ladies' matches. Here's Gary Richardson.
Steffi Graf, 22 Grand Slam titles, including 7 at Wimbledon. Her opponent today was Karina Moriariu. Proved to be a fairly leisurely workout for the French champion, winning 6-1, 6-3. Next for Steffi, the prospect of an interesting encounter. She'll meet Kim Clijsters, who's the youngest player in the women's draw. She was 16 earlier this month. A qualifier, today she faced the vastly experienced Amanda Kurtzer, the number 12, and she won 6-2, 6-4. Venus Williams is the second favourite, according to the bookies. She dropped the opening game against Sarah Pitkowski today, but that gave her a jolt. She stormed back to win 6-1, 6-1. She's enjoying Wimbledon, especially the weather.
I was just thinking about this morning how there has not been any rain, and it's quite unnatural. I didn't think that I would ever play Wimbledon without it raining at least 3 or 4 days out of the first week, and so it was really exciting for me and a lot of players.
Well, next for Venus, it's Anna Kornikova. Today, Anna met Ines Gorosategi, Kornikova taking the first set, 7-5. And then trailing 3-1 in the second, the player from Argentina retired, suffering from knee and shoulder injuries. Anna against Venus next then should be quite a match. She assesses her opponent like this.
You look on the other side and you just see this big girl, and it's hard to find an open space on the court where she will not be. So I'll just have to play smarter and just try to outthink her.
Nathalie Tauzier, last year's beaten finalist, had to work for just 49 minutes to overcome Seda Norlander. The score 6-1, 6-1. Tamarine Tanasugan of Thailand, ranked 63 in the world, had a really good day, defeating the number 13 seed Sandrine Testud in 3 sets.
So this is the bottom half of the draw. They'll play on Monday, and one match really stands out, doesn't it? Venus Williams against Anna Kournikova. But there's a sign of the times there. 4 teenagers through to the last 16 in that half of the draw. Well, here at Wimbledon, we're used to some entertaining doubles matches late in the evening, and on court number 1, 2 great champions, past and present, teamed up in the mixed doubles, John McEnroe and Steffi Graf. So how did they get together? Well, here's Steffi's version.
There was some talk already at the end of last year that John apparently said that you're playing mixed together in Wimbledon, and I got the questions, and it's like, is it true? And I was like, well, I haven't heard about it. I would love to, but he hasn't talked to me yet about it. And so we never really saw each other till Paris a few weeks ago, actually right before the finals, and then we kind of talked a little bit, and then I was like, well, what was that talk about mixed doubles? And he's like, well, I don't know, they made it up. And I'm like, really? And he's like, well, would you ever want to? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'd like to. And he's like, well, when? And I said, how about Wimbledon? And then he kind of said, well, are you going to be 100%, and are you willing to win? And I'm like, sure, you know, I'm not going to go out there and not trying to win. And he's like, okay, I'll try to be ready.
Did you ask him if he was going to be 100%?
Well, at first, you know, he was saying, well, I haven't played so much the last few months because he just got another baby, or his wife, and, you know, and he said he hasn't spent so much time on the court, but I hope he'll be ready about it.
Who's going to be the captain out there today?
Oh, he will. I'll leave that up to him.
Well, someone had to draw them in the first round, and that honour went to Jeff Kutzer and Eva Melicharova. Graf and McEnroe won the first set 6-2. We can join it in the second set. It's 4 games all.
Yes, quick thinking.
Wow, what a tremendous shot. This is a good serve.
Love 15.
It's a great return.
All.
It was the backhand return again from Steffi Graf. It was a little
15-30.
bit high, but fortunately McEnroe knows just what to do with it.
There's one of those McEnroe returns. There is nothing really the opposition can do about it except just to try and dig it up, and that is when your partner comes in and kills it, if it comes over.
30-40. Well, John had a shot to face which just slid through, and that serve stayed very low. I guess the court is cooling down in the shade.
Deuce. Well, McEnroe came over that. It wasn't a very well-timed shot. If you put topspin on the ball, you must hit it higher over the net. It's trying to come down the whole time. Low pressure underneath the ball. Steffi makes it easy.
I was amused that John McEnroe said yours to her. There was no question but that she would chase this and she'd get there with time to spare. Look at that.
Advantage McEnroe.
She is in such tremendous shape.
Well, Steffi's done the qualifying time for Olympic 400 meters, so she could play anything, I think. As fast as can be around a court.
Game, McEnroe, Miss Graf. McEnroe, Miss Graf lead 5 games to 4 second sets by 1 set to love.
I just wonder what McEnroe's feeling, you know, Virginia.
He's a wonderful player. I mean, he's just so good, but I think that if you get 2 of the younger guys who just blasting the ball at him, I think he just wouldn't be able to execute all those beautiful touch shots of his.
$15 love.
It's like a whip,
30 love.
the way that racket head comes through.
$40 love.
Change of serve. Why is he saying that? First one wide to the forehand, perhaps. Most of them went to the backhand. He has built himself and his team match point.
No, he's saying one more point. You know, this used to be
that's
the
right.
thing.
They used to, didn't they? Connors.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Mock seriousness.
$40-15.
It was a very good serve and a magnificent return by Coetzee, who really has done well. Amazing. Amazing point.
6-2, 6-4.
Wonderful. Well, I tell you what, this crowd know their tennis. They know their heroic figures of the past, and they're looking at one of the best that Wimbledon has ever known. In fact, 2 right there.
Does it feel odd to have such a sort of lighthearted time in a Grand Slam, in a match in a Grand Slam for you?
No, it's great. I mean, it was no.
She's turned the corner on that. I mean, when you saw her play Hingis at the French, I mean, that was one of the best spectacles of the sport I've ever seen. You know, not because Steffi was out there. It seemed to me like she was really, you know, enjoying it. You know, and that's.
Well, you told me before.
Well, I was trying, you know, because I wish I'd enjoyed it more. So when you have the opportunity to see someone who's done so much, that still loves to play and compete, and gets to that point, that's amazing. You know, and if God knows she should enjoy it at this point.
I mean, it was unbelievable, like stepping on the court, the 2 of us today. And the response
I
from
will
the crowd
never
is
forget.
Great to see McEnroe back at Wimbledon after 7 years. Press conferences will never be the same. It'll be interesting to see how far they go in the tournament. Anyway, now to our shot of the day. So many to choose from, but we've picked this one from Tim Henman.
He's got it.
And I'm sure it'll be a tough decision again tomorrow. So many good matches on the show courts.